Good evening, people. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. This is Spirit Journey. How are you all doing today? Yes, today is Hello Friday. Yes, hello Friday evening here in Rwanda. It is June 7th, 2024, and it's about 9:10 p.m. Yes, and I just took a really nice shower, and my little boy is sleeping on the floor. My little doggy woggy, my little furry friend there. He's doing well. We both went out for our early morning walk. I love it, people. I love it. I love the early morning walk. Yeah, where I am right now, I'm in my room, and I have a mosquito net. That's what you see there. I have a little flashlight on too. So, yeah. Oops, not so. Yeah. So you can see a little something. Yes. I had an interesting day. I am exhausted, people. I am very exhausted. Um, yeah, I got my shipment. It took over 6 months. Let's see, 6 months and five my shipment. And so yesterday, well, it came late in the afternoon, like at 5:35 they arrived. And and then the next day in the morning, I was doing my kitchen, cleaning it and putting my kitchen gear up in there. Oh, you know what happened today? I couldn't wait to use one of my appliances, people. Oh God, I hope there's still life in it. Yeah, I brought my Instapot. I couldn't wait to use it because I wanted to cook some stuff. It's a pressure cooker. Uh, it like does seven different things. It bakes, it pressure cooks, it air fries, etc. And I love it. And I thought because the outlet fit my plug, but I knew, that the electricity though isn't the same. And it went boom. Like the lights went on, and I thought, oh, great. And then boom, it blew a fuse. The electricity in the house blew. But even sometimes when I use my computer, I plugged in my computer, turned on my computer, my little laptop, and it blew a fuse. The house. So I'm just hoping, people. I'm really hoping that it's not. You know, I hope I don't have to throw it out. So yes, I gotta talk to somebody. Well, I contacted an acquaintance of mine if they know of places that sell top of the line pressure cookers. I told them what I have. Yeah, because I bought these beef bones. I want to use something good to cook my food. Cooking. I like eating. Um, and I like to have my stuff. When I'm going to do some cooking. You just feel at peace. The foundation of life. You eat your food. You want to prepare your food. You want your spices and all that. I feel at comfort. Like some days I don't want to cook. But when I do, I want to cook something, and make soups, stews, beans. So yeah, so I'm hoping that because I want to cook those beef bones, and pressure cooker will make it cook fast. So, that's what happened to me earlier today, and I um, did my morning walk with my dog. It was a beautiful day, people. Yeah, I like to do my early morning walks. The country here in Rwanda, those of you who don't know, I live here in Rwanda. I am from America. I'm from New York City, and I originally moved down here early December 2023, and then I had to leave. There was something urgent that came up in America, my things I had to take care of. And then I came back after 2.5 weeks. So I came back early January, January 3, and I've been here since. So yeah, it comforts me, the early morning walks. And I'm not very good with high heat. I don't do well with heat. And I remember when I was still in the States in New York City, yeah, I had to get up early in the morning because when that afternoon, when the sun really came up, I don't feel too good. So I was forced to do things early. And you know what? Here in Rwanda, well, I was told, well, when I looked at the statistics, about, the heat, what is the temperature like? And it says it's very mild. Yet the early mornings are cool and the evenings are cool. But honey, that when that sun was out there, you feel it. And some days are hotter than others. So today I think it was like 84 degrees, which isn't considered really bad. But I find that as I get older, people, your body changes. So I did my usual path, you know. Somebody changed it up a little bit, but an incident happened. I like Rwanda and I like its people overall, but there's some things that are a little problematic. Now, yes, I've been asked before for money, little children, and I've talked about it. Well, and some adults, but the adults, they're more like they just, have a need. And some of them look like, they need to have, they have that need. But I didn't expect, so it was kind of intense. Yeah, I was feeling really good this morning. Sorry, pop up. Yeah, I was feeling really good this morning. And I went to this road. Um, it's in a farming district. Yeah, it was that location where I showed you, I think it was 2 days ago, this farm area. Well, I went up that road again today. And I was carrying my dog at this point. Something just said, put your dog in your arms and just, you know, walk down the road. And then I'm approached by this elderly man from real rural looking boy. And he was wearing like this very worn clothes, like what do you call it, a blazer or something that was too small for him. Very tattered looking. And he walked right up to me. And again, this is maybe 7:30 a.m. and people are going to work. Okay, so it wasn't like it was no one out there. There were people at this time are going to work. And and I was just feeling really good about everything. And so I thought he wanted to, like, a lot of people are really interested in looking at my dog. So I thought he was just being polite. He walks up right up on me, and then he puts his hand out right by my dog's paw with his front leg. So he said something, but I didn't know. Like my mind wasn't, it didn't click right away. Um, and I said, I'm sorry, I didn't know what he was saying. And then he says something again. So something that says, oh, oh, I remember. And I put my, like I said, oh, I have something. Because I was thinking, because I said, oh, I don't have any, 'cause I think maybe he thinks I have something. But I don't carry money, people. I don't carry money. And no, 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 I would not give anybody any of my money. So, but I kind of felt like he was a really old looking dude. So I remembered I carried, like I my door paraphernalia came in the shipment 2 days ago. So this is it's like a strap that you wear on, you wear across your body, and it's like a little pouch. It's maybe 4 inches by 2 inches, and you can put your little doggy treats in. So today, I have my ID, and then I had two little baby bananas in there, because yeah, for me and my little dog. And so I remember I had the little banana. So I think when I was looking, I could see him like looking really intent. Like, boy, I just like you feel his energy just zoom in on your purse, my little thing. It was like an expectancy, and he had an angry spirit. But see, like I was just in such a good mood, and I was just, it didn't click right away. And then he yelled at me with such intensity. I don't remember exactly but I looked it up. The last part of the words was furungo. And yeah, what he was asking me, I don't even think he was asking, he was telling me, give him money. Well, I want money. Something like that. Yeah, furungo, the last part of the word. I'm a furungo. And it kind of like shook me a little bit. I didn't expect that. Like, it's an old dude. It's just, ooh, just, ugh, man. And this is for round people. And so I was like going in my little pouch thing. And that's when he said it, like, whoa. So I looked, because I had to dig down deep in this little pouch. And I pulled out this banana and I handed it to him. Boy, was he was like, he like look at it. Is that what? Yeah, it got mushy, people. Yes, it did. Evidently when I had my little doggy treat bag in there with the banana, and I think the thing kind of crushed a little bit. It's the second banana I gave this dude, some guy. Yeah, like 2 days ago. This man is gesturing. He was like there was a lot of people around me, and it's my usual hangout there. And in his throat, like, so I went, what the hell he want? And so I pulled out banana. I said, here. And he got real startled. Look at what? Then he starts to laugh. And then he turns around because he started walking away. He's with a buddy of his. He's like maybe in his 30s or something. Then he turns around and says, thank, it, how do you say it? Um, Murakoze, which means thank you. Yeah, and he meant it. Again, I don't know what the hell he was saying, but when it just was his throat. But today, when he said that, the second dude, the older guy, he looked like he could have been in his 70s. And I think I saw him go across the street, like he probably works in that field across the street from that location. You know something? It made me, I didn't want him, that to ruin my joy, because I was feeling good. And in life, you have people who don't know how to ask. And I started like after everything came and went, like I started to feel angry in my spirit. I said, you know something? Why don't you just go get another fucking job? I'm a woman, and how dare any man approach me and demand that I give him something, give him with money, whatever. Ask him money. You know, you give people money, they're gonna still need money the next day. But I don't mind giving that food because see, I know what it's like to not have money for enough food. When I lived in Hawaii, yes, people, I lived in Hawaii at one time. I didn't really like it. I had some good moments there, but I didn't like it overall. And I know what it's like. I know what it's like to live a very lean life. And even there, see, people look at me. I'm considered tall and very slender, and I I was raised a certain way. And yes, I know that I stand out uh, in comparison to the mass majority of people. And people just assume because the way I look or maybe carry myself, that you're like a bank, or that oh, you don't need it, and they do. I live a I buy what I need. That's how it always was. I buy what I need and save the rest. And there are times I want to buy a little something special. But overall, my life is very, very simple. I love walking. I always did, even as a teenager. Once I had a school, and I went to a school, and my first job in the city. That was my hobby. I walked everywhere and then take little snacks, buy little snacks. I have a very low overhead. I live within my means. And I'm not really into a lot of things, but hey, there are times when I want to get something special. And I was always taught people. It was something that actually my father said. May he rest in peace. At least it was something, at least what he said, I internalized it to mean this, that in life, you take care of what you have, and that it will serve you, you know. But I took it even further. That see, the Creator, God, Force, whatever you want to call it. I strongly feel when you are a good steward. I'm not perfect, people. I'm far from perfect, but I I I keep the things that I have. I maintain what I have. I've had things for over 20 something years. And then I give it away and buy new stuff. Sometimes I want that new energy. Sometimes you feel like you need it. Like sometimes that the things that you wear, it's just you don't feel right. You just need some new energy. And life is like that. You bring in things and you take out things. Okay, it's a flow in and out. Um, so I respect things, and it was just that message that my father conveyed to me, that take care of your tools. And your hands are also your tools. Take care of them so that it will take care of you. I strongly believe that. And so sometimes people look at me and they just think I'm some fucking bank. Excuse my language. Yeah, I never used to curse people, but I think, I'm finding my voice, and I apologize to those who are offended by some of my words. But I think sometimes it's quite appropriate to say certain language. But either way, um, people, something with people that I find that see, you have people that see what you have. See, there's a thing called need, and then there's wants. See, people see me and they have wants. They don't have a need. I remember one time, this is a funny story. When I was back in New York, this is over 20 years ago, maybe about 23 years ago. I was on the subway. And now, people, I was homeless. I lived in a shelter. I should say it's more accurate. I never lived on the street. But yes, I lived in a homeless shelter. And I'm very grateful to it that it provided me a place to stay. And yes, I did my homework and tried to, make sure that, find a job, um, put in applications for apartments. And it took 13 months for my apartment to come through. And I'm very grateful for the place that I stayed in. It was nice. You do what you do your job. You do what you're supposed to do, and mind your business. That's what it was. So, but one day, a beggar comes in the train, and he starts screaming and acting theatrical, big time. He slides down like he leans against the wall, the door, slides down, and now is sitting on the ground. Ah, all that. And he was asked, demanding. So he's like right next to me. And um, I forget where I was going. And well, I remember I brought little treats with me. Like at the shelter, they had a kitchen, and I brought some snacks for lunch, or just to sustain me. I forget if I was job hunting at the time, but I remember they allowed us to take a little food, like lunch with us. So I had little cookies, and they were nice because there were those Oreo cookies. And so I gave him all what I had. A little, the little packets, like maybe four little cookies inside. I think they were Oreo cookies. So I handed it to him, and guess what what does? He looks at it, he puts it, I hand it to him. He looks at it and he threw it at me. You heard me right. He threw it back at me and started screaming. I said to myself, look at that. Look at that. See, the guy had a want, and he wanted the world to know that he's a poor, you know what, you know? And that's his problem. See, it's people, why I'm sharing this also. See, we're all going to go through stuff. And but it's the main thing is, how do you respond by what happens to you? This is a key thing. Thank you for the thumbs up, people. Thank you. It's a plane above, women. Yes. How do you respond by the thing when things happen to you? That's the contest. That's the real test in life. because life happens to all of us. So you have people out there in the world, they just want to be grumpy old guy or grumpy young guy or even a grumpy older young woman. And they want the world to know how they feel. Well, I woke up this morning feeling good, and I wanted to take my little dog. Here I had two dogs that passed away, and I want to make the best out of it. They were my family. I have one little doggy left. He's getting better. He's getting heavier too. I have to cut down on the food, the rice. But either way, the choices that we made when my little fur babies passed away, I told myself I could either let it break me or make me. I want to make the best out of my situation here. I like it here. I like the climate. I mean, the overall feel of the place. I like. It's not a rich place. It's not. I mean, you have people that may have certain jobs, whatever. But most of the people modest. And I'm not being prejudiced to say somebody or country is poor. Some of us have to get over it. Okay. See, being honest about a situation is not being biased or prejudiced or bigoted. To give an accurate assessment. I'm thinking about someone who was saying one time, oh, she was using the race card. Oh, to say that these people are poor because it's a black country, blah, blah, blah. Well, you come down to any third world country, as it said, and I know that's considered racist to say. It's a terminology. It's a social political term. It's to describe the condition of a domain or country, right? And that different tiers of a country. Okay, we may not like to be called a third world country. It is an accurate assessment. And so the lady didn't like, this lady on YouTube didn't like to say that a particular place is poor. You go to that country and you're gonna make an assessment. When you don't have money to buy food for yourself, for your children, and you're scrounging around. And they may say, oh, well, the country got gold, silver, this and that. Well, if it has all of that, why are you hungry? So call it what it is. It's not an insult to be poor. It's not an insult to be rich. It's just a condition. And conditions can change, and it can change overnight. You know how many people in America had money in the bank? Did you hear people that there may be what they call a bailout? I think that's what they call it, a bailout or bail-in. Maybe it was called bail-in. It's the one where they take the people's money. You have a bank account. And the government takes the money out of your bank account to hand it over to corporations, large corporations. When in reverse, it was that other thing where um, the, the, the government like gave money or they pardoned or something so they didn't have to pay tax. Something. It was some type of financial benefit that they got, corporations. And only certain corporations got it, right? So, but I hear people soon. I heard over the news that I watched. Let me just shift over. Yeah, this light that you see, that I have a flashlight on, so it's not an ET. Yeah, I just wanted to, kind of light it up a little bit. So, yeah, people, I heard it's going to be, which terminology is it? Viewer, which one? Is it bail in or bail out? Maybe it's a, maybe it's bail in. But either way, people, I hear, see, it's setting up. See, there's many things going on. I know I might be a little bit all over the place right now, but everything that I'm going to say and have said will all make sense. See, the stage is getting set. The stage is set. It's being set, people, all over the world, all over the world. And even place like Rwanda will probably be in effect. But I think um, you see, you already have poverty here. Well, one thing about Rwanda, it has land and people grow their food. They grow, there's crop all over, you know. They grow corn, sorghum, corn, taro. That's what I see. Oh, sugar cane. Okay. So what they have, um, they have the soil, they have the land. It's good land, and they grow their food. Thank God for food, honey. See, I'm very, um, be grateful, people. Be grateful of what you do have. You got a little food. Like a lot of times, like, we're not really hungry. We're just bored a lot of times. But there are people out there who are really hungry. And my heart goes out to them. But I came here to Rwanda. I didn't come here to change anybody else. I'm not here to be a savior. And when I had that mentality right after I graduated from college, I all these negative things that they would say about black people in school, that we're the fattest group and we're the sickest group in America. And yes, I was a nutrition student. I got my master's degree in nutrition. And I wanted to save us. And I even did volunteer work for, uh, uh, you know, I worked for a hospital. I volunteered at a hospital, a very well-known government-run hospital in Harlem. And you know what happened? I started to get panic attacks. I got overwhelmed. And I lasted 9 months there. And I saw a lot of things there. I saw a lot of things. Some of the clients that I worked in the WIC office. Yeah, it stands for Women, Infants, and Children. It's a federal program for mommies, pregnant women, and mothers with children, young children. It gives out free food, just the staples, just staples. And I gave like lectures. And I wanted to save all of these black people, Hispanic people, Africans there. Yeah, you got a lot of immigrants in that neighborhood now. And I felt burnt out. People have to go through their process. You're going to have some who got to panic, who got to, we all go through cycles of testing. And we just got to ride it out. And in America, thank God for America. Thank you, America, for food stamps, for the WIC program, for welfare, because it exists there in America. I don't know for how long, because things are happening. Yes, things are happening. The stage is being set. And what happens to America? Everything affects everything else. Because when things get really rocky in America, you're going to have less people being able to afford vacations and things like that to go to, to go to certain places, right? You're going to have, less money coming in, and you're going to have people struggling, people, it's going to affect here too. But I think who's going to get it hit the hardest? See, if you're already on the bottom, you're on the bottom, and you just make mends. You're just not going to have a lot of cushion. You know what I mean? Um, but places that are going to really get hit, America's going to get hit. And I knew I had to leave. I felt it happening. I felt it happening, people. Um, yeah, the stage is being set. Uh, the elections will be coming up in a few months. In the what's that, 5 months? It's going to get ugly. And I heard, let's see, that those remote viewers that that comes on YouTube, Farsight, they were talking about the convention, the Democratic convention, and the Republican thing. It's going to get ugly. Oh yeah, and you have. I do not belong to a political party. I'm going to say that up front. I never had. Um, but things are going to be happening, and and I feel that it's like a game, like they're acting. Democrats are in the. It's like they say like a mantra. They're always throwing in the race card. And see, historically, it always worked, using the race card to poor Black America. Well, a lot of, I think Black America should really go overseas, and you're considered rich. I am not a wealthy person, but I maintain what I have. I am a steward, a good steward with what I have. And people make assumptions. But a lot of people don't have cash. A lot of cash. People may have things. People can have things, but they don't have money. That is a difference, people. Let's say you have dishes, you got a watch, you got shoes, you got a vacuum cleaner. You may have things, but do you have money? Hello? You know what I'm saying? So yes, you may have a nice little outfit on, and I buy my clothes very inexpensive. Yeah, well, I bought my last, but they have some real inexpensive places in the city. You can buy things real cheap. And when I came here to Rwanda, I only took the best of what I had. You can't take everything. I couldn't take everything. I gave away a tremendous amount of stuff. And I bought a handful, I bought a handful of things, but like underwear, things like that. I bought new underwear, you know. Um, but basically, oh, and I bought things over the internet. Yeah, you can get some inexpensive stuff on the internet. But here in Rwanda, it's more, uh, getting things over the internet. They don't really have a lot of stuff. I mean, they don't. They do have um, an Amazon, but it's a different Amazon. So you're limited what you can bring in the country, your selection. That I didn't know. But life is what it is. But yeah, so things are changing rapidly. Oh, I was saying with the race card and things like that. See, in the past, um, especially when number 45 came into office, the race card was used, and it was used to manipulate sensitive black folk. Many of us are living in the past, feeling sorry for themselves, right? Yes, there was racism, but anybody could be, I'm going to slightly change terminology. Anyone could be a bigot. Anyone could be a hater. There are people who hate themselves. There are people who hate themselves. There are people who hate themselves so much that they do drugs. They drink alcohol to a stupor. They overeat. They eat junk food, etc., etc. There are people who hate themselves. There are people who bleach their skin. There's people who get body augmentations because they don't like themselves. I can go on, but you know what I'm talking about. So, oh God, I'm losing train of thought. I'm sorry. So, we have to live within our means. And oh yeah, with the race card. So, um, I'm shocked now. They have what's her name? She's a black woman from California. Waters, something Waters. I forget her last name. And now she's talking about number 45. The fear is, in short, that he's number 45 is picking up momentum, and they are afraid of what's the term? That see, they tried to attack him, number 45, and it's backfiring their actions. And so if you feel at the tasks that you try to do to someone, revenge. That's a revenge. Oh, he's going to try to hurt us. Oh, the white militia, blah blah blah, going to kill the black people. See that they planting um, fear. They're planting foolery, and it's all to make you scared and jump. And they are so phony. They are phony. That woman, now here she's my elder, but look at her. She does not. She lives in a very affluent. She's a millionaire. So if racism was so bad, how come she's a millionaire? Hello, hello, hello. Right? See, they are panicking. And after, what's it, 6 years or 8 years in the making, from 2016 to now, they were using the race card and causing all this drama. And now people are fed up. They said, wait a minute. Hey, if it was so bad, this and that, why are the Democrats allowing all these illegal aliens taking black people's jobs, the resources, the schools, jobs, etc.? And now the crime with it. And now a lot of black folk are waking up. Hey, wait a minute, they're saying. Hey, I thought you were on our side. You have rich people who are crying wolf, and they benefit from the system big time. They're not suffering, they're not hungry, and they don't even live in these poor neighborhoods. They're sending these illegals to live in poor neighborhoods or immigrant neighborhoods. They're not going in that woman's waters, that lady's waters. They're not coming in her neighborhood. Their neighborhood is protected. See that what I'm getting at? They are telling you they are appealing to your weaknesses and manipulating your actions to cause violence. Do not fall for it. And I've said that in the past. Don't fall for it. Stay at home. Read a good book. Do not go out and commit violence. Do not do such foolery. They are making you anxious and scared and angry for you to commit acts of violence against other people because they are planning on pulling down America. That is their goal. They are here to destabilize. And now you have some black people are now opening their eyes. Now, I've always been a supporter since 2016 of that particular candidate, number 45. And but now I'm seeing now a lot of other black people, mostly men, but I'm seeing number 45 supporters. I don't know anyone who is a number 46 supporter. I don't know anyone who wants the person who's in office now. I don't know who, but he's in office and things are getting more hairy. I heard about something that's escalating in Europe. I don't know. Personally, I've never been in politics for the past 43 years. I hated politics. I didn't like voting. I gave empty votes. Came in, did I have a good time voting? Only time in my history, my 43-year history in voting. Um, yeah, so what is it all about, people? Life is changing as we see it. Um, I think a lot of the stuff that we are seeing and experiencing is all crafted. It's all social engineered. And slowly people are waking up. And I listened to this other, where he got banned from most social media, but he has his own website. Um, I don't want to give his name, but I can give his initial, AJ. And they're attacking his business. They're pulling up false charges on him, and someone came to his company and was threatening that they're going to shut it down because of his beliefs. He's exposing what's going on. And I'm concerned about this particular speaker, AJ. He gained a lot of weight, stressed out. I'm concerned about his health. I'm really am frightened for him. Um, he seems to somehow know a lot of things that's happening behind the scenes. Um, but either way, he is sharing the information. And they don't like that he's giving information. It's see, they know the system knows their time is up. And so they're trying to pull down as many people down before they go. And they're desperate, desperate, which makes me think that, I think I think number 45 is going to win. And some people have been telling us through gematria, that's the study of like codes and numbers, like names have numbers attached to them. And the numbers for number 45 doesn't look very favorable. I think he's going to win, just like I think he really won the last time. Um, I pray for his safety, people. Um, I think this is like a big game. It's like, I feel like there's a script that's being played. We're playing characters in a movie. Some of us play the good guy, some play the bad guy. I'm afraid for my country. I'm afraid for some of the leaders out there, people who want to do good in life. I'm afraid for all of them. Um, yeah, this crackdown on the public. It's like they don't want certain information coming out. The news is not news anymore. It's propaganda. It's propaganda. I said, wow, this is something else. This is something else. Yeah, it's not news anymore. Everything changed. And when number 45 said fake news, they got a poo-poo fit. Yeah, they got angry. It's not news, people. I know of someone that used to work in um, one of the clients was at what do you call it, a news station, a major news station in New York. And you know what the papers have on it? It's a script, people. What they read is a script. Why do you think they get Emmys? It's a script. The news that you see, the major news outlets, they read a script on that table. Even the jokes and the bantering that they do is on the paper. It's phony. I was shocked when that person told me that. Yeah, it's all a script. Now their acting is so bad because they know their time is up, so they're desperate and they're just hoping that the insecure people, they're trying to excite black anger and white anger. But you notice you start to think there's only black and white people in America. There are all types of people, but that's all you hear. See, it's about dichotomy. These A lot of these people belong to fraternities and sororities, the Masons, things like that, and they are following a script. They're part of the script, and now the system of like what do you call it, a shift is developing, a shift, a social, economic, political system. They're changing hands. It is switching over and changing hands. But you want people, but you have people who seem to be fighting. They don't want the switch, or they want to be the new dominant force. And that's what, see, they're fighting for position. They're fighting for position. And they even, setting up these off-planet stuff. That guy, what's his name? Uh, Musk, Elon Musk. He wants to have this thing about putting people up in space. What are they going to do up there? Why would you want to go up there? There's no real, I mean, get a nice place on earth, but they want to go. I would not want to go up in some place like that up there. What are you going to do? The same thing what you do down here. You're going to get people, enslave them, do forced labor or, doing things, grudge work. Um, it's not going to be happy. You're going to have the drugs also be imported up there, drugs, prostitution, all that stuff. And you're going to have people who are going to print out the money. It's just going to be more social decay spreading the universe. I don't like it. I don't want this. Oh, it's like, yeah, this is a shift that's happening. Oh, that guy, what's his name? He wrote a book, The Great Reset. Yeah, what's his name? He just resigned from this position. He did what's that? He worked for the WEF organization. Yeah, he's stepping down. So yeah, you notice now a lot of these high officials, these people, you don't know what they do for a living, but somehow they're always on the news and they're always talking. Start noticing people are leaving or they're resigning from a job and things like that. Yeah, they're positioning themselves. They're splitting. They're splitting. They're leaving. Yeah, they got their little space in the cave. I remember 43 years ago when I was a new student in college, and they were so, do you have your space in the cave? Even back then, they were talking about people who, war and people digging an underground place for them to live. Yeah, they got underground bases. Yeah, they got things happening. See, they're making it happen. Rich people, filthy rich people are not, then they got their place taken care of. Oh, almost remembered something. I saw it just a couple of hours before I started this live stream. A YouTuber shared, well, this person this YouTuber, they study gematria, that's the study of numbers, with regard to names. The names have numbers attached to them. And they were studying this. And someone had notified this person. Um, yeah, remember that movie that came out? It came out maybe, oh, what time was it? Oh, December. This past December. It was a movie that was, um, well, Obama helped make the movie, I was told. It's on the tip of my tongue. It was a weird, weird movie. I saw it twice. It was on Netflix, I think it was. Oh, what's the name? Well, in the movie, um, it, it was about how the world, it took place in New York City, the suburbs in New York City, and something happened to the communication, the what's the car? Elon Musk cars, the Tesla, the cars, they're all white cars they had, and it all like started going by itself and crash into the sun. Yeah, I think you call it an EMP, an electrical magnetic pulse, and when it's triggered, all electronic devices go down the drain. They can't work anymore, and uh, disaster happened, like a war. And in the begin, I think this was in the very beginning of the movie. This family is vacationing and they're at the beach, and this ship, what do you call it? A freight, one of those giant, giant, giant boats that has those what do you call those things? The cargo aboard the ship, and it runs. it lost its power, and it couldn't stop, and it goes on the beach and people run away for safety. Well, in the movie, they showed the name of the place that the incident happened in the movie. Well, a similar thing happened in real life at the same beach, and how numbers keep repeating itself. It's really something. I forget the name of the movie, but you know the movie. It had this famous actress. What's her name? How could I forget? She played Pretty Woman back in the Julia something. Oh, I forget her name, but she was the girl that played Pretty Woman, and she played a married woman with two kids, and they wind up at this black family's house. It was the daughter and the black husband, and but where did the black man's wife? You know where they? She was never around. It was a weird movie. Well, the location where the boating accident happened. I mean, the name of the place was this name of the place that happened in real life. The same name. And it's like, oh my goodness. See, Hollywood is really, in my opinion about Hollywood, they are an indoctrination company. They are to train you, brainwash you how to think about yourself, how to think about other people. It teaches you how to hate people. It teaches you uh, sexual depravity, just disgusting stuff. You notice now people are just out of their mind. All this filth that is being promoted. They want you to be and act a certain way because they could exploit you in a certain way. And now their time is up. They're acting foolish, and they're so desperate they'll say anything to try to win them over. But now a lot of us are waking up. We're fed up of the lies. We're seeing through them. People, it's time to wake up. The money system I heard with what I mentioned earlier in this live stream, I think they call it a bail-in, where they take the money from your personal bank account and they give it to a corporation. People, watch out. Watch out for your money. Yeah. And when that happens, people, oh my God, I'm afraid for America. I'm afraid for you guys. I'm afraid for all of us. See, when one country gets hit, it hits a lot of things. See, the thing with the COVID-19, that was to destabilize the planet. It was to hurt the planet. A lot of people died from fear. A lot of people died because they're misdiagnosed and not treated. So, yeah. But I say, people, don't fall for the hype. We're only human, yes, we are only human, but don't fall for it. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't fall for the hype. Keep you cool. Stay at home. Tell your children, stay at home. Read a good book. Pray together. If it's safe for you to walk to the park or something, do so. Just don't get pulled in mass confusion and WAR. They want you to kill each other. Don't fall for it. Stay at home. Cook a good meal. Be very prudent on how you spend your money. Be very prudent. Be conservative. Because I sense something going to happen. I heard about the banking situation. Yeah, the people who have have very popular social medias, they're being greatly censored, greatly threatened, lies. Yeah, be careful, people. Be careful. So yeah, I know I mentioned a lot of things, but everything's connected. Here, I mentioned about Rwanda, where I live, and a grumpy old guy demanding that I give him money. He was speaking his language. I was startled. I didn't expect it. And you would even the Bible says, you will always have the poor. You will always, I'm not the savior. And when I thought I could save people back when I did the volunteer work at a hospital in Harlem, I got burned out. I had serious issues with my health. My heart would race. I was so this panic would happen. Yeah, people, all of us, each one of us will go through what we go through. It's part of our, I guess, development. I can't I don't know how this world really is. I mean, are we in a matrix? I know that there's multidimensional stuff because the things that I see. Your brain is a decoder. I heard the scientists say that there are 11 dimensions and that your brain has, I guess if it's trained, has the ability to tap on to 11 different existences. I believe that could be the case. I've seen things. How could the past, or let's say parallel, how could it all be at once? Maybe we're in a simulation. I'm thinking that that's what it's all about. And how one simulation tries to dominate another simulation. Why can't we just learn to love and enjoy human companionship? For us to enjoy smelling the good air. They're trying to destroy trees and say, oh, trees aren't nice. So he wants to get rid of all the trees. Or the cows. Oh, you can't have a cow. They mess up the ozone layer. Could you believe these people? They are so corrupt. They're corrupt people. You don't believe all the nonsense. Yeah, try to enjoy the little things in life. And yeah, maybe to stock up on maybe some rice and beans, things that you can cook your food. Yeah, pray. And sometimes people, you have to move. Sometimes in life, you may love a particular place, but sometimes people could outgrow where they're from and they're forced to start a new life elsewhere. Maybe somewhere else people might be better for you. Things are going to happen in New York, I mean, in America and in the large cities. They are going to weaponize these migrants. They're going to try to provoke fighting amongst migrants and locals. Stay at home, people. Don't get suckered in. Please don't. I don't know what else to say. I'm really sorry about the condition of humanity. Yes, I perceive that there's going to be a lot of deaths happening this year. Yeah, people. But you know, they say that you don't really die. You go into another dimension. Your soul lives on. They say your soul doesn't die. But just imagine when with meditation, you go into different dimensions. So maybe, they want you to think that this is the end, but it's not the end. It is not the end. I thank you for listening. I don't know what else to say, people. But love yourself. Be modest in your spending. I mean, try to save up a little more if you can. Um, Maybe buy dry goods like rice and beans. They tend to be very inexpensive. You know, um, enjoy yourself. Enjoy the breath that you have. And if they're going to try to take it from you, you go to another dimension. And may your new dimension be a beautiful one for you. Yeah. Maybe start talking to your higher power. Say, higher power, I don't know what the answer is. Higher power, give me wisdom, truth, and power, and protection. Ask for that. And may you receive it and do the best that you can. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this talk. Peace and love to you. And let me know what you think about what things that I shared. Again, the information that I give to not offend, but to share your information, to tell you what's going on here, and what's going on probably globally. It's a time of confusion. It's a time of distractions. I would say 98% of the things that you see is to distract you. Start looking at the left hand, honey. Start looking at the left hand. They want you to see the bulk, but you got to see where that left hand is going. That's the real thing. Yeah, people, they're panicking. They know that their time is short. So thank you again. Peace, love, joy, and harmony to you from the beautiful country of Rwanda. Take care, guys.